Hello, Hallway Conversations listeners. Dave here on behalf of Matt and Abby. Thanks for listening in, as always. We always appreciate it. Today, we have a very wonderfully weird edition. I was asked a little while ago to participate with a group of other podcasters who are Christians in education. And so maybe you're going to become familiar with a couple of other different podcasters for Christians in education by listening into this one. Basically, there were 7 of us who joined together for this crazy crossover, and we called this Schooled. The basic idea of it, we were drafting, we participated in a draft, for like a fantasy sports draft for our school. And so we drafted a school name and a mascot and who's going to be our administrator and who's our lead teacher and what kind of crazy building is our school going to be housed in. It was a ridiculous ton of fun to be part of this one. I was very proud to represent the Hallway Conversations crew. So, without further ado, I hope that you'll enjoy and maybe be a little mystified, but hopefully through it all be encouraged as you listen to this wonderfully weird crossover episode.
Welcome to Schooled, a crossover podcast where we have gathered some of our favorite people, but maybe more importantly, just some willing people that are involved in Christian education podcasts to do something that we're pretty certain has never been done before, at least not on record. So let's meet this motley crew. How's that, guys? Motley crew?
Woo!
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm good with Motley Crew.
I take it.
Okay.
I get you. I saw what you did there.
Yeah, thank you. I may be tipping my hand.
Now I can't use that later in the podcast, so you've just ruined it for me.
Well, let's see where that goes. Maybe that tips Darren's hand. So let's meet this crew and then explain what we're kind of trying to do here. So first off, you heard his voice already from the Every Square Centimeter podcast. And weighing in at, and coming to us from Abbotsford, BC, Canada, we have Darren Speaksma.
Hey, crew.
Hey, Darren. Second, also from the Every Square Centimeter crew, coming to us from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, we have Justin Cook.
Hey, North America.
North America. That's tricky, Justin.
Threw you a curveball there.
Yeah, you did.
We're ready.
Third, joining us from Denver, Colorado, U.S., the host of the Learning to Serve podcast, Krista Wallace.
Hey.
Hey, Krista, welcome. Fourth, from San Jose, California, U.S., the host of the Digital Education podcast, Eric Ellefson.
I'm not sure I'm ready for this crew.
Yeah.
I know you're not ready. Just putting that out there.
Hey, don't let Darren get in your head already. Okay. All right. Next, repping the Hallway Conversations podcast from Sioux Center, Iowa, U.S., we have Dave Mulder.
It's my pleasure to be here, and I already have so many questions. I'm just going to name it.
That's a good posture, Dave.
There's a good chance they will not be answered by the end of this. So, the sixth member of what may be the largest crossover podcast in the history of Christian education podcasts, from the Moving Forward with Lynn Swanner podcast, we are pleased to have the Lynn Swanner.
Last and certainly least. It was a great group. Thanks for having me.
She comes in from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. And I know you said last, Lynn, but I will take up the rear. I got the last pick in this draft the first round. My name is Jeremy Horlings. I'm coming to you from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. And I'm also one of the hosts from the Every Square Centimeter podcast. So, what would inspire a gathering of some of the people I admire most? I mean, we have authors in this group. We have doctors, directors, and we have me. Surely, we must have gathered to address some of the most pressing matters in Christian education in North America, right? Like solve a real need, inspire a mind shift, I would think. Maybe you even provide a roadmap for flourishing in schools.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, the recording will not catch Lynn's eye rolls. But if you tuned in for any of those reasons, I presume you will be disappointed. Okay, we have gathered to do a draft. To draft a Christian school and have you, the listener, tell us which school you think would be best. what we think will make this draft more interesting and hopefully stimulate conversation amongst ourselves is the peculiar draft pool that we'll be choosing from. So at the very least, we're going to try and release this in the summer months. And so we hope this provides some edutainment for those out there listening. At its best, this may be an exercise in what David Smith calls working on our Christian imagination. And you know what? With a group like this, who knows what transpires? Maybe Lynn writes another book. What, from mind shift to mind blown?
Oh, I love it. I would read that book. Hey?
Cut that.
Yeah, Eric's got to write that book. I'm not writing that one. Eric, you're up.
It's a team effort. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
All right, before we jump in to drafting our schools, a couple ground rules for everyone to be aware of. We're going to draft a K-12 school. It's going to be a Christian school, and it's going to be based for the most part in the city that we are living in, except for there sounds like there's, some people in the group that want to go a different direction now. So we'll hear that out when it comes to it. We've randomly selected the order, and there will be 7 rounds. And as we go through each round, we'll explain exactly what we're drafting. So in the first round, for example, we are going to be choosing the school's name and the school's motto. The challenging or the peculiar part of this is that the name of the school has to be from an 80s band. Okay, so you have to choose an 80s band name. That's your name. So, what did we say? Motley Crue Christian School. Again, if I'm taking that from someone, I'm sorry. But and then one of their songs has to be becomes your motto. Okay, and you get to choose that song. Once someone has chosen that band is now, and all their songs are now off the table, so no one else can choose it. Okay, so from Abbotsford, BC, Canada, Darren Speaksma, you somehow ended up with first overall pick, and I actually texted you a couple times in the last couple of days trying to propose trades, and all of them were totally pushed back on, and he at the end finally just said, irreconcilable differences. We're not going forward with the trade. So Darren, you're on the clock.
Well, just for the record, first of all, I offered you some great deals. The fact that you didn't take the great deals is not my problem. So with the first pick in the school name and motto round, I select the band U2.
Okay. Oh, we got people up in arms.
So I selected U2 as a Christian school focused outwardly on real work, real need. I want the name U2 Christian School to be invitational, inclusive, and outward focused. And though there are so many great titles I could choose from, the motto of our school, based on some answers I hope will still come my way later in the draft, is I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Ooh, so the motto of a learning institution is I still haven't found what I'm looking for. So that's what I'm going with the first pick.
Nicely done, Darren.
Yep.
Way to go.
That's going to be your parents' motto.
Hey.
Zinger.
Boom.
That's why he's drafting first, because there's a lot of turnover.
Oh, I love it.
You would all want to work there. Let's be realistic. You're all signing up.
Darren, that's a song you could have sung. Let's be honest.
I could have.
And
let's hear it. Come on, let's hear it.
It's not going to happen.
Come on.
Come on, Darren. Okay. Well, that'll come into the audience. When you choose your school, I think you got to think of a school, designer that is willing to sing their song, right? So, yeah. Darren, we'll see if that affects the audience scores here. Justin, you're next in round 1.
Okay. Well, I was pretty nervous. My amazing pick was going to go round 1 because I honestly think my pick is like number 1. So I'm just putting it out there.
Don't do it.
With the second pick in the school name and motto round, I select Journey Christian School.
No.
Strong choice.
That is a strong choice. That was my number 2.
No way. No.
I was going to go with Dire Straits.
Go with Dire Straits.
Money for nothing.
That
but
sounds
I thought,
fantastic.
No, wait.
Do it.
That's a bad motto. So anyway,
Low expectations.
What song, Justin? What
I'm
song?
going Journey, and here's the hint of my song. Just a small town boy.
Oh, yeah.
Born and raised in South Detroit. Took the midnight train going anywhere. Don't stop believing, baby.
Nice.
Don't stop
You are
believing.
kidding me.
You know, there is no such thing as South Detroit.
A little bit of reality. A little bit of reality for the group.
Justin, that was definitely the one I was trying to trade up for. I am not surprised it's gone. Krista, I saw you looking like you were maybe heading that direction as well. Krista, you are next.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I had a few options because that literally was my top pick. But in a close second, with the third draft pick in the school name and motto round, I choose REM, Losing My Religion.
Interesting. Okay.
Courageous, Krista.
Yes.
Courageous.
Yes. I like it. Krista, tell us more.
REM Christian School.
Well, REM is one of my favorite bands, but the whole idea of losing my religion, it's kind of a double entendre, meaning it's when you're upset. And I believe that that we need to be upset with some things that are happening in our world, right? And so we're literally not losing our religion, but our attitude is such that we're going to make a change. We're not just keeping things at status quo. We are disruptors.
Preach.
I would love to see us as disruptors in Christian schools.
Round 1, pick 3. Mind shift already to mind blown.
Yep.
Just like that. Well done, Krista. Eric, we are coming to you. Where can you go after that?
I have no idea, but we'll find out. So with the fourth pick in the school name and motto round, I select AHA Academy.
You've got to be kidding me.
With the motto, love is reason.
Oh,
That's
so
a
good.
To be
Yep.
kidding me.
Oh, so
That
And I'm
is
not
so
singing
good.
AHA for you.
He even got the alliteration
I
in there.
know.
Aha Academy.
Yeah.
I'm dying right now. I went down the rabbit trail of listening to this Norwegian band. There are some beautiful music videos out there for
Yes.
the audience that wants to check out. That would not have been the song I chose, Eric, but I love that choice. So it was my second choice.
Take on Me.
That song's amazing.
Devastated. Moving on. Dave, you are pick 5.
This was a tough one for me because I'm a child of the 80s and I listen to an awful lot of 80s music. And so I think maybe this is a deep cut. I don't know, but here we go. With the fifth pick in the school name and motto round, I select Simple Minds. Simple Minds Christian School. And I'm going that route because I think sometimes we get all highfalutin, and I'm sitting here as Dr. Dave in this group, right? And I think sometimes we get a little too concerned with the academic side of school, if I can say that, right? If we think that school should be about education for formation, yes, intellectual formation is part of that, but also spiritual formation and emotional formation and social formation, all these other aspects of it, right? So I'm saying Simple Minds for them. And the song, if you're not familiar with the band, I bet you'll know the song. The song is from The Breakfast Club. Don't you forget about me, right? So there we go. Don't you forget about me. That's our motto, right? Because if we're thinking about being simple-minded, perhaps easy to forget, right?
That's deep.
That's good stuff right there. Dr. Dave.
Dave, love it. Can I just ask where that was on your list? Was it number 1, not 2?
That was number 2. Number two. U2 was my top pick,
Okay.
and AHA was number 3.
Okay.
So you guys are like I'm right in there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Lynn, moving on to pick 6.
Yeah, so I'm part of the people who got shut out for U2, but I would have picked one. What would have been the song? Because I was focusing on inclusion, but we'll move on. So
Shots fired.
there you go. With the 6th pick in the school name and motto round, I select Genesis.
as the band.
Oh,
Largely because I figured nobody else would pick it, so I wouldn't be in trouble. But no. So Genesis, obviously, biblical reference, and just thinking about Genesis Christian School, where things begin. I think about the creation mandate, the God saying, to name the animals, be fruitful, and God saw that it was good. And so I think that's something that we would all want to see in our Christian schools, is just recapturing just what God intended for us to be doing and learning and in being with one another. And the song I would pick is "Follow You, Follow Me." And the reason I would pick that song, and I'm not, maybe I should sing it. I will follow you, you will follow me. You guys know. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, right?
Oh, nice.
Synth keyboard. Yeah, a little synth is really just the idea of companionship, of walking through the years together. There's the line in the song, the image of sort of fears floating past, and we're able to let them float past because we are together. So really that sense of abiding with one another, which is a key part of flourishing together. So Genesis Christian School and "Follow You, Follow Me."
Nice.
Wonderful.
That's
Love
good.
it.
That's good.
Good pick.
Love it, Lynn. Well, that comes to me, and I'm just wallowing in self-pity over here. I was not happy when I was 7th in the first round, because I thought that was the round I really wanted to be up top. So, most of I think my top 3 at least are all gone. But with the 7th pick in the school name and motto round, I will go with, and I should say this, I'm feeling a little bit hesitant in my name of bands recently. I recently was in a session where I called Bruce Cockburn, and someone very graciously told me that it's pronounced Coburn. And so I'm going to enter into a band name here that I think it's Eurythmics. Does anyone hear of the Eurythmics?
Eurythmics.
Eurythmics.
What year were you
Eurythmics,
born,
yeah.
Jeremy?
Eurythmics.
Yeah.
1980, Justin.
Just checking. Just checking.
Yes.
So I had to Google what this meant. Apparently it means a system of rhythmical physical movements to music used to teach musical understanding for therapeutic purposes. So I'm not even going to be able to say my name of my school. Okay. We're going to short form it to ECS just right off the bat. Eurythmics Christian School. And the motto will be "Sweet dreams are made of this."
Oh,
Sweet
yeah.
dreams are made of these.
Who am I to?
See, Darren's
Nice.
singing there.
Darren found his singing voice. That's awesome.
You're desecrating Annie Lennox.
Oh, I think that.
Well, if she was a baritone.
Well, my internet says it's unstable, so hopefully you're hearing me. But this is the end of the first round. All right. In the second round, we are going to choose our school's sports team. Now, the peculiar pool that we're choosing this from is that you need to choose a sports team that is, an actual sports team. Okay. And you're going to choose their team name, and with it, you will get their logo, their colors, and their mascot. Okay. In this round, Justin is going to be first. Before you get started, Justin, could you just maybe your Every Square Centimeter podcast, do you want to just give us a quick Every Square Centimeter, tell us a little bit maybe about what it's about, and maybe any ideas for moving, what's on the docket for next year, if there's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, Jeremy. So on behalf of Every Square Centimeter podcast, fun to be participating in the draft and already winning, I think, maybe. Just
wow.
Yeah,
wow.
That's right. Throwing it down.
Confidence.
Every Square Centimeter kind of riffs on an Abraham Kuyper quote and believes that there's no square centimeter over which Christ does not say mine, and this kind of cosmic sense of Christ's lordship in God's kingdom. Every Square Centimeter celebrates the people, places, and practices in and around Christian education in Canada, and we have a blast doing it. I don't know, there's probably another 15,000 teachers out there that we should be interviewing. So we've got a few episodes to go, and we're excited to kind of conclude season 2 and jump in, season 2.
Yeah.
And jump into season 3.
Awesome. Justin, you are first pick.
Okay. Whew, starting to sweat. With the first pick in the school sports team round, Journey Christian School selects.
Wow, this is nice.
From the Montreal Canadiens, Les Habitants, the mascot, Youpi! Who is also the mascot of the former Montreal Expos.
Mm-hmm.
We're still hoping they're coming back. So,
wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that link, Justin.
that's right. By the way, if you don't speak French, Youpi means yippee. Just in case
That feels
you
like the
need
most
to
Canadian choice you could have possibly made, Justin.
That's
I'm just
right.
going to say it, right?
Okay, so you're getting red, blue, and white, right? Those are your colors. You got UP and the Canadians is your logo.
Yep.
Journey Christian School Canadians. How's the sound?
Amazing. Hello.
All right, with the second pick, we have Krista.
All right. Well, with the second pick in the school's sports team round, the REM Christian School selects the Colorado Avs. Colorado Avalanche.
Wow.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And our mascot is Howler the Yeti.
Oh,
Isn't that awesome?
That's cool. That's cool.
And our colors are maroon and blue.
Now, we are currently recording this after game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. So when this actually gets released, this will either be like people will be super excited to hear that the Stanley Cup champions, or yeah. So a lot hinging on this playoffs now, Krista. So thank you. Pick 3, round 2. We have Eric.
So with the third pick in the school sports team round, AHA Academy selects Staley the Bear from the Chicago Bears, and the colors are navy blue and burnt orange.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
What's the name? Staley, Eric?
Staley the Bear.
Staley.
Yeah,
Nice.
Tell me, do you know anything about Staley? Where's that from?
The original name of the team was the Decatur Staleys because of the company that owned them or started them.
Wow.
That's some good history.
That is
Never
some
knew
good
that.
history.
Never knew that. That's cool.
Very nice.
Was Ditka their first coach?
George Hallis.
Oh, he knows even. Amazing.
He's from
He's
Chicago.
a fan.
He's from Chicago. Come on.
Love it.
So we got the Bears. What was it? The AHA Bears.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it. Next we have Dave.
All right. So, I'll start it this way. Okay. With the fourth pick in the school sports team round, Simple Minds Christian School selects the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, because that is the most convoluted possible name ever for a team. Having grown up in Southern California, and our family often had season tickets to the Angels, and so that holds a special place in my heart. And I just think something angelic would be great as a mascot. Unfortunately, I think their mascot is still the rally monkey right now. So here we go. We got the Simple Minds Christian School rally monkey.
Hey, but kids would love that.
That's
Kids would
true.
love that.
That's true. But we can still pretend to be angelic, I guess.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. Okay, we got round pick. What was this? 5, Lynn? You're up.
Yes. All right. With the 5th pick in the school sports team round, Genesis Christian School selects the New York Giants, because New York, that's where I'm from. And so this school would be in New York. So I'm a little bit of a New York expat, not living there, but hoping to return sometime. And there's no mascot, which I actually love, because mascots are weird, as we've already heard on this podcast.
Yes.
It's just weird. So there's no mascot. And I do love the fact that they are the Giants. So you could think about like Giants of the Faith. But also their colors are royal blue, red, gray, and white. And so that helps me to think about maybe a little bit of a synthesis of the political environment in the United States, maybe a synthesis of people from different backgrounds. And so it kind of gives me a little bit of hope of bringing some things together that sometimes seem irreconcilable.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody else in the United States hate the New York Giants?
fair?
Well,
Maybe just the Bears.
we hated the Bears growing up, so you know.
Here we go.
That's why I know the Bears. Duh.
Oh,
He asked for it.
Yeah.
Let's all just get along lasted about 2 seconds there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Lynn, thank you. Moving on to myself, pick 6. And I'm just still reeling. You know, I had a wonderful, wonderful school name that just journeyed so beautifully. But I've stopped believing since. And so
Wow.
with the 6th pick in the school sports team round, we have ECS chooses the Trailblazers.
Okay.
The Portland Trailblazers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Red, black, and white logo. That's not doesn't have a basketball on it, so it can definitely fit across multiple sports. I really like the idea of owning that name for our school. We are going to be Trailblazers, so really living into that piece. And pretty cool mascot, even though Lynn is down on mascots, and I recognize that most mascots scare kids. Blaze, the trail cat, is a mountain lion, but he's a friendly-looking mountain lion, and I think kids would adore Trail, the Blaze cat. So I have the ECS Trailblazers.
I don't know. Eric gets followed by mountain cats all the time, right, Eric? When you're hiking, they're a little
Cute,
terrifying.
cuddly.
oh,
Well, they look cute until they get close.
oh, no. We literally have mountain lions in our neighborhood, and I am not a fan.
I got a suggestion, everyone. Next time an animal comes close, just start screaming, "Yippee! Yippee!" Takes care of them every time.
All right, Darren, you got first pick in the first round. You were last pick in this round. Anything taken off your list, first of all?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So now I've got 3 to choose from because I had selected 3. So now I'm trying to decide what the right 3 would be. But with the 7th pick in the school sports team round, U2 Christian School selects Seattle Kraken.
Okay.
And their octopus. Bit of a mystery. Don't really know big beasts of the deep to fit with my theme. So teal and black and white are the colors.
Cool logo.
That's why he's drafting in that position, though, because he's an expansionist.
Totally. Nice. Going with kind of the Job Leviathan kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of mysterious and scary.
Does the mascot have a name, Darren?
I couldn't find it, no. They probably does.
Yeah.
But as an actual Vancouver Canucks fan, that would show too much commitment to the Seattle Kraken if I actually knew what the name of the mascot was.
That's fair. That's fair.
Why isn't the mascot like the Kraken, like from Pirates in the Caribbean?
Yeah, I think it should be. Let's just call it the Kraken.
It might be.
Sounds
I
good.
have no idea. I'm not helpful in this situation.
All right. Round 2 complete. Moving on to round 3. Let's take a break. All right. Round 3. We are going to choose our learning framework. Okay. And so specifically, we've a lot of us are involved in kind of the Christian deeper learning world. And so there are some frameworks that come out of that world. We're not sure if there are 7, so there may be some creative expansions in our time together here. So I'm curious to see where we go with that. But the first pick in this round is Krista. And Krista, I'd love for you to maybe just tell our audience a little bit about Learning to Serve.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Learning to Serve is the podcast for Christian deeper learning. And we explore and discuss engaging instructional practices and engaging culture for Christian schools. I don't have a tagline, but I do have a quote at the end. It says, "Christian education is a bomb with a long fuse. It takes a while to go off." So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Hey, and isn't this fitting that you are kicking off the Christian Deeper Learning round?
There we go. There we
as
go.
the podcast that represents Christian Deeper Learning. So, Krista, you're up.
Okay, so with the first draft pick in the framework round, REM Christian School would, without a doubt, choose the Expeditionary Learning or EL Education framework.
Tell us about EL.
Good choice.
Okay,
Good choice.
So EL, Expeditionary Learning started, it was launched 30 years ago through Outward Bound. It takes this idea of learning is an adventure, that learning is a journey. It also really does a great job of facilitating taking students out of the classroom to meet real needs in their community. So even in a Christian school context, in a very big way, it's helping students learn how to be light and salt in their community.
Now, Krista, you have, as I look around our Zoom call here, I think are probably the only one. Didn't you design a school?
Yes. So we started a school in 2003 in the Dominican Republic. And after a couple of years looking for a model that would fit the experiential learning bent that we were wanting to use at our school, I came across Expeditionary Learning, met Stephen Levy at a conference for Expeditionary Learning in Oakland, California. And Mr. Levy has been the school designer for Doulos Discovery School since about 2005. So it's one that works, not just in North America, it works in any culture. So
awesome.
Tried and tested.
Yeah, love it. And if that school, I would encourage people to go check out, just Google Doulos, and they're doing some fantastic stuff. So thank you, right. Krista. And
thank you.
Again, fits so perfectly. You already know this works. So that's
it does.
Beautiful. Second pick in this round is going to Eric.
All right. So with the second pick in the framework round, AHA Academy selects the unschooling framework.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is, I don't know CDL stuff, but that is from a 2018 podcast I did with Carrie McDonald on unschooling.
Okay.
Tell us more, Eric. Tell us a little bit more of what unschooling has captured you about unschooling.
It's pretty much deconstruction of all of the requirements of school that get in the way of actual learning.
Is there, so when you deconstruct, what would you construct it back? Give me something to put my hands on. I'm seeing you're like, no.
I think that's where you have fun with it and you build it and you grow it and you redo it every time.
It's a title of it's a great book. It's actually a great book of the same title that Eric's talking about. And I think, Eric, you interviewed the author, right? So it's a good book to pick up.
Awesome.
That's why it's AHA, Jeremy. That's why it's AHA Christian Academy. It's like every morning they're like, "What are we doing? We don't even know." AHA. That's it, right there.
Or AHA.
Well, it's not. It's literally it's not even. It's an academy. It's not even a school. That's already true. In the name. Beautiful. I believe, Dave, you are next.
Oh, I was eager for this one. You guys had me really nervous because I have a definite preferred framework. And so I'm happy to say with the third pick in the framework round, Simple Minds Christian School chooses Teaching for Transformation as our framework. And I know everyone's going to jump all over me.
That's the winner.
Yay. I love Teaching for Transformation. The work that I do here at Dort, we are working with future teachers, and it's a great framework for thinking about how does teaching Christianly take shape in real life, I think. And so for those who aren't familiar, kind of a couple key elements to it. We talk a lot about storyline and helping students see their story inside of God's big story. And we talk about through lines and the different ways that different characteristics and attitudes kind of take shape and come to life. And we talk about formational learning experiences and the importance of doing real work for real people that meets real needs. And so this is what we're working towards, preparing future teachers with the knowledge and skills and dispositions to do those things, to go out and become leaders in their schools along with that. So that's my pick.
Simple minds, transformed hearts. I don't know. There's something there.
Right?
Beautiful stuff. Excellent, Dave. Thank you. And
thank you.
Moving on to Lynn. I'm sorry, Lynn, TFT is stolen. I know you were.
No, actually, I'm really great. I'm grateful. I was scared somebody was going to steal the one that I'm going to do. So with the fourth pick in the framework round, Genesis Christian School selects service learning. And you all have made copious fun of two of the books that you know that I've co-written, but did you know there's actually a third? It's called Bring It to Life, Christian Education and the Transformative Power of Service Learning. And I love just that idea of bringing it to life, that service learning, everything that students are learning comes alive. It also helps apply what they're learning outside into the classroom and vice versa, and really through the rest of their lives. And I think service learning oftentimes is a major component of other CDL approaches. What's really nice about calling out service learning as a distinct approach, even if you're going to package it with other ones, is that it ties it to a really large body of research on service learning practices that actually work. And so that's one of the really exciting things. And I found, I took my Christian school in New York. It was a K-12 Christian school, and we did a wave design where we had a third of the school roll out over 3 years. So we got K-12, every grade level, doing service learning, and found that it was really a lever. It was a really great lever to pull to get teachers out of their comfort zone, to teach differently, to get students out of the classroom, to make those community connections. And a lot of the things that I've been trying to do, like getting people to teach more actively in the classroom, I didn't even have to worry about that anymore once we did service learning. So that's the pick.
Nicely done, Lynn.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, beautifully nice choice and well explained, Lynn. Nice work, thank you. Moving on so it's me. I think we're at fifth. So with the fifth pick in the framework round, Eurythmics Christian School selects. Wait, you guys are laughing. I can't even. Did I say it? Yeah. Okay.
Eurythmics.
Eurythmics. I think I nailed it. Eurythmics Christian School.
It'll come.
There's 7 rounds just for me to get this. Eurythmics Christian School selects. I'm going between 2. Okay, here we got. I could steal the Australian Transformational Education, which is very similar to TFT. A lot of similar themes.
Yep.
But I think I'm going to shout out What If Learning by David Smith. I like the approach of the question of what if. It's such hopefulness in it. He talks about the idea of first seeing anew, the Christian imagination piece, then the idea of engaging students, and then reshaping practice. And so I appreciate that framework and that thinking. And so the idea of incorporating service learning and TFT and EL and some of those what if. So what if my science class can make a difference in my community? What if, and so on. So what if learning, there's a website, you can go check that out. Got some examples there. One of my favorites is what if forgiveness was needed before you started to do math, high school math, and just the idea of math scarring. And maybe before you even start to get into math, you just got to forgive some people in your past life that have maybe spoken words of saying, well, you're not a math person. So yeah, some interesting examples and ideas, and highly focused on pedagogy. So what if learning?
Excellent choice.
Sixth, I was going to take PBL just to tick off Justin and Darren, but am playing
No problem.
No, okay. Look at that. He says that. Yeah. We'll see.
It's
Darren, you're next. Let's see, Darren.
All right. Sticking with what I perceive to be a theme, because I figure the winner has got to be congruent with all of his picks or her picks. I have math scarring, so I couldn't remember what number I am. I think the sixth pick in the framework round, U2 Christian School selects the Network of Inquiry and Indigenous Education out of Vancouver Island University. And it's a network built around a learning model where teacher education, teacher professional development, and learning in the classroom is all built around the same inquiry framework, so that there is coherence from the learning that's done around the spiral of inquiry as an administrator straight through to the learning that's done through the spiral of inquiry in kindergarten. So it's attractive to me because of its congruence and its student-centeredness or learning-centeredness, where the learner is driving the questions, and it's the educator's job to bring the curriculum into the learning that the students want to do rather than the other way around. So I am going with Network of Inquiry and Indigenous Education out of British Columbia.
Love it, Darren. Darren, where did you come across this?
a number of years ago. It's built into some of the professional development models that we use here at SCSBC. But my time in Nanaimo, the school was probably a 5-minute walk from Vancouver Island University, where Linda Kaiser was and is, I believe, still. And so there was just that geographical connection that just made some of that early learning convenient for me.
Love it. Justin, you are next. And there's a low-hanging fruit, but I'm curious if you're going to go a different direction. You're up.
All right, Jeremy, with the 7th pick in the framework round, Journey Christian School selects adventure learning.
Yes. Okay. All
right, so the backstory here, this is a shout out to the elementary school that my kids attended, Calvin Christian School in Hamilton, Ontario, as part of a second campus that they launched in Caledonia. They saw this as an amazing opportunity to think a bit more intentionally about a learning framework. And leaning on EL education and project-based learning, they wanted to create a unique curriculum map that was project-based and not just what often happens in Ontario is we have teachers or schools that do kind of a random project in the spring. And, that's part of the beauty, I think, of EL education, that they think about an entire project-based curriculum framework, curriculum map. So, but they wanted to call theirs adventures, and adventures with an E. And you can imagine that for a guy who works at Advance, this makes him very happy. So there's a good connect here. I'm pretty excited. And if you're going to Journey Christian School, learning's got to be about adventures. So it just seems to fit.
Love it.
I would agree it seems to fit, but it also seems playing fast and loose with some of the draft rules. Just putting that out there.
Wow.
There's no rules. Come on.
Because I'm the only one who picked away from a typical framework, Darren?
No, because of how heavily dependent it was on some of the other frameworks, reliant on some of the other frameworks.
And I would say unschooling would like a word from the moving away from typical as well. So what was this? Round 3 has completed. Nice work. All right, with the 4th round, we are going to choose our building. And we've got a little bit of the head work done. Now we're moving into building type. And basically the pool is just, what type of building. And if somebody takes a school building, that's gone. So now you got to choose something else. Eric, you are first off in this round. So before you get going, maybe you could tell us a little bit about digital education. And I know I mess up on how I pronounce things. So people are hearing that right. Digital education. You want to explain that maybe?
Yes, correct. So digital education is a mashup of kind of an idea and an article that I took probably about 9 years ago now. The digital and physical mashup of what the future of education would be. And maybe the pandemic has kind of moved us further along in that direction, but it was kind of an idea, and so stuck with it. And it's not really original to me. It was a business concept that I kind of latched onto and started to talk about in education. But I chose it because, of the nature of what we do and of the podcast. And in 2017, I was just at an event in Dallas and was talking about some really kind of interesting people I was having conversations with, and they're people in our profession, because I always love talking about education. And a buddy of mine called BS on me, and he gave me a dare, and I said, what do I do to prove it to you that I talk to and meet and know some really interesting people doing really cool stuff? And he said, do a podcast. And so 2017, without much, I just said, well, I'm not really interested in doing an official podcast. I'm just interested in having a conversation with really smart people doing really cool stuff and who are interesting to talk to. And so I've been doing that for a number of years, and, do all kinds of series. There's no plan. It's just you come up with something cool and you roll with it for a while. And then, when you find somebody doing something really cool, just get them on and ask them some really interesting questions.
That's an awesome origin story.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
And Eric is the Kevin Bacon of Christian education.
That is so true.
You are only 6 degrees at any given point from Eric.
Love it. Eric, you're first up in the building type round.
All right. So in the 4th round, with the first pick in the building type round, because I live in San Jose, which is near the Santa Cruz Mountains and the Sierras, which are not too far away at all either. And because I love to hike, I've been to Iceland hiking, been in the United States, and I'm going pretty soon this summer to pretty close to the Arctic Circle in Sweden to go hiking. And because of the unschooling nature of things, I chose base camp structures.
Okay. Love it.
That would work well at Journey Christian School. I'm just saying.
Take it from you, Justin. You got there's something in there you can steal.
Love it.
Love it. Dave, I think you're next.
All right. So with the second pick in the building type round, Simple Minds Christian School selects, this is a weird one, a repurposed missile silo.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
So here we go. Here we go.
See that coming.
Only America.
I know. Every
Do they have a lot of those in Iowa?
No, so that would be the thing, right? We don't actually have any close by. I have been to one in North Dakota, so that's what got me thinking, right? So
That's
it's not
close.
down
That's
the road
close.
a ways from, but I love the idea of repurposing, renovating something that was built for really macabre purpose into something that could be really beautiful. And so this is kind of like that beauty out of chaos, something redemptive and restorative. And I think for a Christian school, what better place than to redeem something that was meant for something awful into something really beautiful. So that's why I'd love to repurpose a missile silo.
Wow.
Just reminds me of Terminator 3, where that's where the world ends.
That's right. I know. So much science fiction. Okay.
Dave, I can honestly say that was not on my list.
Hey, all right. I'll take it.
Wow. That beautiful explanation and a great poll. Lynn, you're up next.
Yeah, so moving away from the macabre, with the third pick, I believe, in the building type round, Genesis Christian School selects a city neighborhood. Just a neighborhood, which is multi-generational. There's multi-inputs, multiple outputs, opportunities for learning engagement. And where this kind of comes to me is, having worked and studied in New York City was a great example of that, where the city is your classroom and the school is really just in that neighborhood. It's not a part. And so I really love that, just sort of that fluid learning. You're learning about something in the classroom. You can literally go out the door and probably see it, particularly if you're in New York. You're gonna walk right outside and see it. And then inviting people in as well. You have to really know your neighbors. So it would be a city neighborhood.
But Lynn, how do I keep my kids in a bubble? How do I keep them safe?
Show me in scripture where we're called to be a bubble. In a bubble.
Ooh.
Well said, sister.
Yeah. And following the example of Jesus, he went into some fairly unsavory places that most folks wouldn't go. And so if we're to be following after him, there's a really good chance he's going to call us to pick up our cross and do the same.
Nice, Lynn. Good job.
Lovely. With the fourth pick in the building type round, Eurythmics. I just now. Oh, really? I actually thought I was. It's pretty
might have
bad that I'm
gotten it.
trying to say it wrong, and I'm
closer,
now getting it right.
Closer.
We are going to choose a bus depot. How inspiring is that? A bus depot, even more like a bus lot. The idea being, the real building is going to be the bus. Our classrooms are in buses. We're not going to spend any time in buildings. We are going to go wherever we need to go. So if we're going to a gymnasium, it'll be in the community, in the neighborhood, as Len would say. We can do teaching in the way. We're going to repurpose the buses, make sure they have tables and stuff in them. But everything is going to happen while we travel and go to places. And we're not going to be in a building. The building, that structure there is just for, I don't know, head office. I don't know, some guy that needs to receive phone calls, I guess. It's the place where you pick up the teachers, but the bus route is going to pick up all the students. Like, you don't bring the students to the school. You take the bus and you go get the students and you keep going. Now, Eric, I see you questioning things. This is well thought through, bulletproof. Please.
Wait, what are you going to do for round 5 then?
I am tipping my hat, and I am. There's questions about that, but I'm claiming bus depots right now, okay? And I very specifically am telling you what I want in those bus depots, okay?
He's saying the depot. He might say a bus for the transport.
Somebody's going to steal his pick, and if they're smart.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see if the gloves come off in round.
He gets to pick pretty early in the next round, so I think he's hedging his bets there.
Hedging bets here. I'm hoping. Yeah. Darren, what do you got?
All right. With the 5th pick in the building type round, I am stealing a page from Mr. Cook's Adventures because I'm worried that people are going to say that this is too close to Jeremy's. But my buildings are actually tiny houses. Mm-hmm. So we are going to have trailers that are mobile and can be set up based on what the inquiry is happening and where the learning needs to be. So kids would still have a safe base camp, if you will, to steal on as many metaphors as possible. That they're mobile, but have all the different supplies that kids would need to be successful and to learn, but could go anywhere at any time.
Darren, in Colorado, we call those RVs.
Darren,
you realize your schools are going nowhere with gas prices, right? You do realize that.
Darren, I think this would work for you because you're going to have small class sizes in your school. You're only going to get a few kids anyway. So a couple of kids in a tiny house, I think that works fine.
Until they're so successful that they take over the world, you're right. So it's a generational approach.
So these tiny houses become not so tiny houses?
Crowded houses.
Crowded houses. Love it. Justin, you're up.
Well, the families are going to love low class sizes, small classes.
They will.
So, yeah. Well, okay. So with the 6th pick in the building type round, Journey Christian School selects. And I was debating, I think based on environment, I really wanted to go with the Ewok Village. Just thought that would have been the most
Strong
amazing
choice.
place. But the problem is I think you'd cry foul on my Southern Ontario climate. So I'm going to go with
that's the problem.
It's a tough winter. Although here in Ontario, we say there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing.
Okay.
Fair.
Sorry, what structure did you say, Justin?
So I'm going to go with Shuri's Lab. Anybody know where Shuri's Lab is?
Wakanda.
Yeah, Dr. Dave. Yes.
I'm with you.
So Shuri's Lab was located beneath Mount Bashenga in Wakanda, where Princess Shuri and the Wakandan Design Group worked on new designs, baby.
Wow. Okay.
That's right. We're going to Wakanda. Shuri's Lab.
Is that like you're going to find Hamilton is going to teleport? How are we getting there?
How are you getting your bus depot? How are you getting your bus depot?
My bus depot is literally living in Red Deer.
That's for round 5.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a bus
transport.
depot.
Thank you, Eric.
I'm like Jeremy. I'm with you 100% because you got Mulder that's got nuclear silos like thousands of miles away from where he lives, and you got Justin who's got like a place in Africa or mystical place, or it's like we're just making stuff up now.
What's going on here? This is off its rails. Hey.
Oh, we're just making stuff up now?
Krista, you're up last. Did anything get taken off your list first off?
Oh, no, and I'm so glad. So in the 4th round, with the 7th pick in the building type round, the REM Christian School selects a wilderness base camp. Why?
Ooh.
So at this wilderness base camp, we would have pavilions, we would have, but really we would just have amazing gear and situated in a place where we could either go out to sea or up into the mountains or into the desert. So lots of different places to explore, and we would use the outdoors as one of our primary teaching tools.
Now, Eric, are you going to cry foul here?
I am crying 100% foul because that was my pick in the first pick of this round.
Krista, you're going to have to explain wilderness base camp versus base camp here.
Okay.
Like wilderness, it hinges on this whole wilderness idea. Because I said base camp structure.
Okay,
he did mention deserts and Iceland. He had a bunch of wildernesses in there, I thought. But
okay. Well, they wouldn't stay at base camp. Let's say that.
Wow. Yeah.
Listen to this. Okay.
They would get on boats, and they would travel many, many places.
So now it's more.
There's
of like
a lot of overlap.
It's more of a port, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is the school a yacht? But that might be your next round.
But there's no water in Denver, Colorado.
No, but see, I'm thinking Dominican Republic, where there's quite a few. There's quite a few sports.
Rules, Krista? No.
Out of control. Spiraling out of control.
All right.
Okay.
Rein us in here.
So it'll be a wilderness. It'll be a wilderness port.
Okay. All right. On that, we'll end round 4. All right, moving into round 5, we are going to now choose the transportation for our school. So what type of vehicle would be used for transportation? And to kick this off, we have Dave choosing first overall, and he is repping Hallway Conversations. I say that because he's not the only host. So Dave, maybe you want to tell us a little bit about Hallway Conversations.
Yeah. So I'll give you the real short history of this. My dear colleague Matthew Beamers moved to Dort, or joined us at Dort 2 years ago, and I literally started having conversations in the hallway with Matt. And sometimes it would start with something like, "Hey, where do I find a whiteboard marker around here?" That's his question for me, and we'd wind up talking about formative assessment practice, like that kind of thing. And at one point, one of us, we can't remember who, said, "We should just put a microphone in front of us and start recording these." And so we did. And so it was in January of 2021 that we started doing that. We got about 8 episodes in, and we invited our other dear colleague, Abby DeGroat, to join us as a guest. And 5 minutes after recording, came back to my office and says, "We got to have her in here every single time." I was thinking the same thing. And so it's a trio now. And so Matt Beamers and Abby DeGroat and myself record weekly. We try to aim for short episodes, about 20 minutes, give or take, because we know teachers' time is very precious, but we're thinking out loud about issues in education and what it means to teach Christianly, to take your faith really seriously in the work that we're doing as educators. And informal conversations, it really is off the cuff. We usually know the topic about 10 minutes before we turn on the mic and start recording. And so it's just kind of our the kind of conversations that teachers have in hallways. And that's what we're trying to model and encourage more of from our listeners as well.
Wonderful. Thanks, Dave.
You bet.
So this is about the same. This feels normal for you then, because you kind of are figuring out about 10 minutes.
This is a hot mess, just like our show.
We're just figuring out as we go. I love it. Dave, you're up in round 5.
Oh, I was so excited to get first pick for the transportation round, you guys. So with the first pick in the transportation round, Simple Minds Christian School selects monorail. And I know it's impractical. Because you're stuck on your track and all of that. Monorails are cool. I don't care what anybody else says. We're driving a monorail at my school. That's it.
There's nothing you can respond to that. It's just facts.
That's right.
Just facts. They're just cool.
That and the fact that you're probably at Disney World. So there you go.
Yes, That's right.
In a missile silo that also doesn't happen to be in his city. So just...
It's complicated. What can
creative license.
I thought he was going to stay with the weapons theme and go with Bullet Train or something.
Missed opportunity.
Bullet Train. Nice.
Justin's going to go with the mag train in that movie. Right?
Why not?
Black Panther, he's going there.
We'll see.
Let's see. Well, Lynn, you're up next.
Yeah.
Monorail is off the table.
Nuts.
Yeah.
What am I now? Okay. With the second pick in the transportation round, Genesis Christian School selects, and this will be shocking to all of you, is the subway. Right. So we're keeping with the New York City theme, and also, of course, Philly has subways. And really, the reason why I would choose it is just the proximity of neighbors. You have to engage with people. You have to rub shoulders or elbows, oftentimes literally. That's just the best example of the subway. So you can't be like, the Good Samaritan or the people in the story who walked across the other side of the street. You don't get to do that. You have to sit there and see all of humanity, all of your neighbors on display. which can be wonderful and horrifying sometimes, but you can't get away from people. And so that's what I love, just that sense of really knowing who's my neighbor. Everyone is my neighbor.
Love
Nice.
that.
Bonus, middle school students will never have to worry about smelling, right? Just totally
Yeah. Armpit to armpit, right?
fit right in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Armpit to
They're
armpit.
benign.
Beautiful. Subway and monorail, very thematic. With the third pick in the transportation round, Arithmetic's Christian School. Yeah, no, hey, Lynn.
No.
Getting closer.
6 out of 10.
Selects. I already said. I played my hand in the last round. Buses, but we're going to do some work on these buses. We're going to make sure that we have table groups of 4. So we're going to turn some seats facing one way and some seats keep them. So in groups of 4, we're going to put maybe a projector or TV screen somewhere in the space. Again, traveling to our spaces, we're going to make sure we optimize that time. We're going to have Wi-Fi on the bus. It's going to be able to continue to connect to Wi-Fi. These are going to be amazing. And someone commented on gas earlier, and yes, gas might be a factor, okay, currently, but we're not keeping lights on in a big building anymore. Okay, we're putting all our resources towards these buses right now. All right, so a bus, just a standard bus, double decker, maybe double decker bus. I don't know. Yeah, Darren.
Ooh.
So I was just checking if you're done before I asked the clarifying questions.
Okay, I'm taking bus, and that includes double decker. Is that what you're wondering right now?
Maybe.
I'll just take a bus, Darren. Okay, how's that? Okay, Darren, you're up next.
Well, I would never pull a Krista. So with the
Wow.
fourth pick in the transportation round, U2 Christian School selects e-bikes.
Okay.
So every kid and every adult would get an e-bike and would be able to travel from the mobile trailer to wherever they needed to go as part of their engagement with the place that they were in and as part of their inquiry.
How tiny are these houses that you're pulling them with e-bikes?
They're not pulling them with e-bikes. They get moved on occasion.
Okay, so they're getting pulled with multiple e-bikes maybe. You can latch them up.
I was wondering why you didn't make your bus an electric bus. That's all I was wondering.
Because I'm in Red Deer. Okay, we want extra gas-filled buses. Okay, we're adding extra tanks. All right, next we're moving on to, who do we got next here? We have Justin.
All right. With the 5th pick in the transportation round, Journey Christian School selects the Eagles from Lord of the Rings.
Oh my goodness. This guy.
Oh, nicely done. Yes.
Look at this.
Environmentally friendly, very safety conscious. There when you're in really deep trouble.
Wow.
Can't argue. It's a strong choice. Yeah.
Well, you can argue, but how do you argue with mythology? That's all I want to know.
Did anybody ever see the VeggieTales version, Lord of the Beans, with the eagles? Those eagles are not happy when you jump on their back. Let's just put it that way.
Are these happy eagles, Justin, or no?
Oh, yeah. Very stoic, but very happy.
And then
I think the exact line is, "There's an eagle. Let's jump on him."
How do yuppies and eagles, do they get along?
Yuppies.
Yeah.
That's the Albertan pronunciation. Yuppies.
Thank you, Eric, because I was like, Jeremy, what the heck are you talking about?
I think as eagles just yell, instead of like screaming like eagles, they just scream "Youpie."
Youpie.
Youpie! That's
Or
when they
yuppie.
jump onto the eagle. You can jump onto the eagle because they kind of swoop in.
All right, Krista, are you going to stay in the world of mythology, or where are we going?
No. Oh, wait. Here we go. No, actually, mine's very practical. With the 6th pick in the transportation round, the REN Christian School selects a sailboat for the wilderness port because all students have to work together to get to where they want to go.
That's good.
So
That's
teamwork.
really good.
Teamwork.
You're redeeming your choice. You're redeeming your earlier choice.
And
There's intentionality here.
Krista, you're an embracing crew on this, aren't you? Crew is going to feel
Yes,
beautiful.
we are crew, not passengers.
Beautiful with sailboat.
Yes, thank you, Jeremy. That's great.
Yeah, that just 2 on the nose. I love it. Last in this round, we have Eric.
So
We've gone, practical to otherworldly. Where are you going?
I just have a clarifying question. So this means I can't choose sailboat?
Well, it depends. Eric, if you called it a wilderness sailboat, we might have some.
Call it a yuppie sailboat. A yuppie sailboat. You'll be good.
Yuppie sailboat.
All right.
Yuppie sailboat.
All right, here
You're
we
fine.
go. Because I think Justin might be proud of me on this one. With the 7th pick in the transportation round, AHA Academy selects Bumblebee the Transformer.
Okay.
yeah.
A
That's strong.
Volkswagen, a Camaro, probably can change the other things, can walk, can do all kinds of things, and plays great music.
Yep.
That's true. Forgot about the music.
Kids
That's
love
amazing.
Transformers.
Whew.
But kids
That's
don't
true.
love bumblebees.
More than meets the eye.
Oh, nice,
Nice.
Krista. Nice.
Very nice. What colors are you embracing with this bumblebee, though?
Oh,
Your colors are kind of
Yeah, I mean, colors doesn't really matter. But we can paint it. I'm sure it's Transformer. They can change colors, right?
Oh, nice.
I'm
Eric.
sure they could.
You think Stolly the bear is going to have issues with this?
Daily.
Okay.
And don't bears like bees because they provide
Yes.
Ooh.
honey? It's like a match made in
There we
heaven
go.
right there.
Which you people are way smarter than me. This is why I usually ask the questions.
And that's it for round 5. All right. With or in the 6th round, we are going to start to move to faculty. Okay. We have buildings and we got transportation and we got wonderful mottos. But now we're going to move into our principal, pretty key person in our building. However, the particular pool that we're going to pull from is Bible characters, and we're going to just say off the bat, we're going to say no one's allowed to choose Jesus. If you've ever looked at a principal's job description or at least a job, application, it basically people are always looking for Jesus. So we're going to say, okay, yeah, we'll acknowledge that, and we're going to move past that. First in this round is Lynn. So Lynn, maybe do you want to talk to us a little bit about your podcast, Moving Forward with Lynn Swanner?
Sure. Yeah. So moving forward is as it sounds. So just keep advancing in Christian education. And we like to highlight some of the current challenges and really reframe them as opportunities for Christian schools and also some of the research that we're doing. And right now we're actually in the middle of a series on flourishing schools. So it looks at about 15 of the constructs from the flourishing schools research. And so these are really areas of school life, leadership, teaching and learning that are correlated with flourishing outcomes for teachers, faculty, students, so flourishing together, right? And had the opportunity to interview some really great people. I've done community engagement with Joel Gaines, had a school at City School in Philly, resilience with Dave Hill from HeartSmart, and also with Rex Miller. Mentoring students is coming up soon with Tyler Amidon from Denver Christian School, Marianne Van Gore from Advance. So just some really cool people in the Christian education space that are doing amazing work, but our research has actually shown that work is truly correlated with, tied to those flourishing outcomes. So that's really the current series that we're doing.
Beautiful. Lynn, you have the honor of choosing the first pick at principal.
Yeah. So with the first pick in the principal round, Genesis Christian School selects Jethro, who's Moses' father-in-law. I'm looking, everybody seems like they didn't lose that one. Looks like okay.
Nice surprise choice there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me explain why. Let me explain why. So many of our principals are totally exhausted and worn out, and that's not just during COVID. That's even before. So our research back in 2019 found that stress for leaders was already a major issue, and COVID obviously has exacerbated that. And so obviously in Jethro shows up in Exodus 3. He sees that Moses is just wearing himself out, and he says, "You're wearing the people out." And he gives them a real strategy for empowering people, raising leaders up under him, taking on the work. So this idea of distributed or collective leadership, it's in the Bible. And so often we have this kind of great man, and yes, I do mean man, theory of leadership, and where that person has to handle everything themselves and ends up wearing themselves out and wearing the people out. And so the Bible really points to a different way. And then we see through that story, Moses is still listening to God. He's still interceding for the people, but the principle, is still dialed in for strategy and missional movement. But there's this collective leadership component that frees everyone up to be their best and to be well and healthy. So Jethro would be my principal so that he could figure out exactly how to structure things in such a way that everyone is truly flourishing.
Wow. Are we going to need to take a break so everyone can do some research on their
I was
Bible character
say,
a little bit more?
That was
Make
deep.
sure you get some.
I'm suddenly feeling very insecure about my pick.
Well,
I can't wait. Let's go.
keep rolling. Love it. Jethro Genesis as well, right? We've
That's right. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, he's Exodus, but that's okay.
Hey, close enough, right?
Close enough.
Yeah, okay. So Lynn's here, bashing would be strong, but saying that Moses maybe wasn't the best, he was overburdened, So now, that's my next step here, and I get to follow Lynn, basically saying Jethro saves the day. So I'm fine with that. Maybe Jethro could be a mentor for Moses. I'm going to go with Moses. I was going back and forth between Abraham and Moses. Abraham pros, he knew a lot. I'm going to throw in a few beauties here, okay? Because my Bible isn't as thanks, Dave, for recognizing the knew a lot joke, the dad joke in there. Thank you. You never have to worry about enrollment with Abraham, right? Lots of children coming. You'd have to live with him for a long time, though. If you didn't like him, you're dealing with Abraham for a long time as your principal. So I'm going to go with Moses. Number one, he's good with staff. He's good with the staff, right? Yes?
Hey.
Oh, that was good.
Okay.
Part in the waters.
He also
Thank
was
you,
in
Dave.
denial sometimes.
Okay, Lynn, it's not your turn. Moses able to empathize with students who have learning needs. Come on. Yeah, right?
True, he did stutter. Yep.
Yeah, very knew God, courageous, humble, and big. He had a pretty cool beard from every cartoon I've ever seen. And that's a big thing right now, if you have a cool beard. The con for me would be that he's not very flexible. You'd have a lot of, everything would be written in stone, right? So that would be the tricky thing with Moses. Boy. Hey, anything, Darren?
Nice.
Are you saying it's my turn? Are we moving on? That's what
Darren, you're up.
All right. With the third pick in the principal round, U2 Christian School selects a principal team of Shiphrah and Puah. Who happened to be the midwives in Egypt who were saving the young boys when they were supposed to be killed. And I like the idea of a team. I like the idea of dynamic, strong women that are going to go against the authority and are going to do what's right for kids when everyone around them is saying otherwise. So that's why I went with Shiphrah and Puah.
Applause. That's a strong choice.
Done. Nicely
That's
done,
cool.
Darren. I affirm that choice.
Look at all you in Exodus here. What's going on?
Are they good with tiny houses, Darren?
I assume so.
Okay. All right. Justin, Shiphrah and Puah are off the table, as well as Jethro and Moses.
I'm torn between two, but so with the fourth pick in the principal round, Journey Christian School selects Melchizedek
Okay.
as its principal.
Why?
Talk it out, Justin. What are the two?
No, I don't want to say another one just in case. I doubt anyone else will make this pick, but I'll leave it just in case. So Melchizedek, to me, there's a mystery to him. There's a prophet, priest, and kingliness to him. He's the king of Salem, but he's also kind of like a wandering priest. So it's not, in the midst of this covenant with Israel, there is a sense of adventure and a sense of wandering, a sense of inclusion, the universality of God in the midst of a very specific covenant with Abraham and Israel. So I just felt like there was a sense of adventure, which is my learning design, by the way, to Melchizedek, and so I think he's going to make a fantastic principal.
Nice. What I didn't mention that one of the main reasons I picked Moses was I could pronounce Moses' name, and so that's what pushed me away from Melchizedek. All right, we're going on to Krista.
Okay. So with the 5th pick in the principal round, I'm pretty sure this one was not on your list. The REM Christian School selects as its principal Balaam's donkey.
Where?
And you ask, why Balaam's donkey? Well, we know that donkeys are hardworking. They are strong. They can be stubborn at times. But when they speak, people listen.
And they listen to God.
And they listen to God.
Or angels. Remind me here.
No. You're talking about my mascot?
No, I'm talking about it kept going the wrong way because an angel with
a sword.
I'm in trouble
angels
here.
with swords.
Yeah, exactly.
Craziness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Divine voice.
That's right.
Totally clued into that.
And they're good guard dogs, by the way.
Yeah.
Donkeys?
Donkeys are great guard dogs.
Yeah.
How are they with the
personal
Yetis?
experience?
Perfect.
They're good with the Yetis?
They're great with Yetis. Yeah. They make a nice
It's
pet.
like a pack animal, Jeremy, when it needs to be.
It is a pack
I know
animal.
I've seen a bunch of donkeys sailing sailboats out of wilderness base camps.
No. Ports. It's a wilderness port, Eric. You got to get it right.
Krista, I am so much more intrigued by Doulos now because I got to go see what it is you've established down there.
Little did you know, actually, Dominican Republic was first. It was the first colonized space in the New World by Christopher Columbus. And they actually they didn't bring donkeys, but they brought small Mustangs. And those Mustangs are still on the island. So
Wow.
Those kind of animals can be transported on tiny boats. So there you go.
You know, with all your stuff, you all are making New York City seem normal. And I didn't think that was possible.
No. Oh, I love it. All right, we're moving on to 6th pick. We have Eric.
I just can't keep my mouth shut after the normal comment. All right, with the 6th pick in the principal round, AHA Academy selects, and so there's 2 names for him, but I'm going to use this name. It's Jacobim the Hakmonite, and he's one of David's 3 mighty warriors. He's chief among the mighty warriors, and he leads the 30 of the special forces of David's army. And his name means "make me thou wise." So,
Wow.
there you go.
Good.
I love it.
A warrior.
That's good.
Just so you know, Eric, I've been trying to take notes as we go through this to keep everyone's picks in front of me. I have no idea how to spell the name that you just gave us.
And you know what? I think I did my best Jeremy impersonation of pronunciation.
You nailed it. I love it. All right, and we're moving on. Dave, you unfortunately got last in this round. All your picks are chosen. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, especially Balaam's donkey.
There's so many options with this one, though. This was one you said I can't choose Jesus. I was thinking to swoop in with 7th pick and say, and I choose Jesus because that's the right answer, right?
Jesus.
But I will wrap up this one with the 7th and final pick in the principal round. Simple Minds Christian School selects the prophet Ezekiel for our administrator. I used to teach the Old Testament in the Bible classes that I taught to 7th graders, and I can tell you 7th graders were not excited to read the book of Ezekiel. But if y'all ever go read the book of Ezekiel, you will think differently, right? Ezekiel is a man of vision in every sense of the word. He saw visions and he proclaimed visions, right? So man of vision, I think that's great for the men. And he is okay with being an oddball. Ezekiel preaches in pantomime. He does all kinds of crazy things that would seem to be absolutely harebrained ideas, ways of communicating the message. And I think sometimes administrators need to give themselves the permission to play and permission to be free enough to be willing to try things and not worry so much what other people think. So that's my pick, the prophet Ezekiel.
Beautiful. I must say I would not have guessed. I don't know, maybe 2 of those picks at top. Like we went deep and we went wide. Thank you, Jeremy, for picking Moses and Abraham. Those are, I think people can probably at least recognize some of those names. I love where you guys went. So we'll end round 6 there. Thank you. This is our 7th and final round. If you have stuck with us through the first 6 and you're still with us, you should probably tweet us or you send us an email, say I made it. Congratulations. Bless you. So we are going to finalize our school with a teacher. Okay, so kind of our learning leader in our school, that the one that maybe mentors the rest. And so it's a TV star is the pool that we're going to use for our teachers. So a TV star is the category or the pool that we're going to use in order to choose the teacher for this round. So I get to be first for once, literally. I guess everyone only got once, but feels like it's been a while. Okay, so with the first pick in the teacher round, arithmetic.
You're getting so close every time.
Thanks, Dave. Dave,
that's a subject, isn't it?
Eurythmics.
Eurythmics.
I think Dave should be. He's so encouraging. I want Dave, come join. You should be on the Every Square Centimeter podcast. So encouraging.
I would love to guest with you all sometime.
Did you call him arithmetic?
Something
Jeremy,
like that. Yeah.
Jeremy, think your
Eurythmics.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Oh. Yeah, Eurythmics. Okay, Lynn, Eurythmics is that? I think we made it.
That's close enough.
Okay. We're gonna choose Miss Fizzle.
Oh.
Anybody?
From the Magic School Bus?
From the Magic School Bus, and it all comes together.
What? The bus.
Miss Fizzle from the Magic School Bus. She can drive the bus, which is going to be key at my school. We're going to need teachers that can drive the bus. We got to save some money. We're doing a lot of driving of buses. She's kind. She's curious. She's calm. She can literally fly the bus through time and space. So we have just blown through mythology. We want to go back thousands of years and go visit Shua and Pua or Shipra and Pua. We're going. Just a quick, I did a little YouTube rabbit trail on Miss Fizzle because it's been a while, I got to admit. She can change her clothes in the blink of an eye, which is just a pretty cool skill that I think kids would be pretty impressed by, like a magic show. There are some schools in my area that don't love the word magic, so that might be a little bit of a contentious piece, but I'm going with Miss Fizzle as my key teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Great choice.
Thank you.
Nice.
See, Dave, encouraging again. Thank you.
Way to go.
I just have one clarifying question. Am I allowed to choose Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus? Or is that someone different? Because
you've got to be kidding me. I've literally said every name I could wrong tonight. Miss Frizzle is off the books, Darren. But if you're looking for Fizzle, she's out there.
Miss Frizzle.
I don't. Darren, you're up.
You kind of fizzled. You kind of fizzled out there.
All right. With the second pick in the teacher round, U2 Christian School selects Fred Rogers.
Yeah, he was on my list. Yeah.
He was on my list.
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything else.
Okay.
To justify that choice.
Nope.
There's someone that it's hard to come by somebody saying something bad about Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, that's it right there.
Justin, how do you
I just heard a mic drop. Just saying.
Justin.
Ooh, I'm trying to recover here, but I do like my choice a lot. With the third pick in the teacher round, Journey Christian School selects actor Edward James Olmos, better known as Jamie Escalante from the movie Stand and Deliver.
Okay.
Math teacher? Anyone?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
All
yes.
Right. By the way, don't know if you know this, but he was also Lieutenant Castillo in Miami Vice.
That's right.
So he's got that kind of good cop, bad cop kind of thing going on. He's like the whole package.
Because we need more cops in schools. Yes, that's what Sorry.
Oh, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Krista,
did I mention math teacher?
Yeah, math teacher. Yeah,
We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Phew.
All right. So with the fourth pick in the teacher round, the REM Christian School selects a modern day character, Ted Lasso.
I knew there'd be some anger.
Top of my list.
Because we all know that Ted, in the midst of much opposition, stays positive, stays encouraging, and he is resilient and brave, which is what we need for all of our teachers to be.
Oh, yeah. I just got sandwiched by some awesome picks there. That was awesome.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Is it Eric? You did a series on Ted Lasso, Leading Like Lasso. Is that correct?
Yeah. Leadership lessons with Lasso.
Sorry if I
So
stole
good.
yours.
No, didn't steal mine.
Hey,
I wouldn't
You
choose
would-
Ted Lasso to be a teacher.
Wilderness Ted Lasso is still out there, though.
That's right. Wilderness Port teacher.
All right. Fifth in this round, we have Eric.
Hey, with the fifth pick in the teacher round, AHA Academy selects Bear Grylls.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well done. Well played.
Tell us about
Why?
your base camps with Bear.
Oh, I don't think I need to. You just got
I
to
don't
watch
think
the
you
show.
need to.
I'm loving the symmetry with Chicago Bears.
Yep.
There's a lot going on there, Eric. Well played.
It's a lot of alliteration.
Next, we have Dave.
That's right. I am bummed, Krista. You stole Ted Lasso was my absolute top pick, and so that's great. That's
Gosh,
good. Good for you.
okay.
Yep, that's the
Before
way the
you have a
game's
number
played.
2.
I was debating between a couple others. I don't know if any of y'all have been watching Stranger Things. I really love Stranger Things, and I was going to go maybe with Steve Harrington from Stranger Things, even though he's a little young to be a teacher, because I think he's got this really great resilience. He's good in the scrape and all that. But I'm not gonna go with Steve Harrington. I'm actually gonna go with Lisa Kudrow as Phoebe from Friends. And the reason I'm picking. Yeah. Simple Minds Christian School in the 6th round picks Lisa Kudrow as Phoebe on Friends. Because she is weird, but in a good way. She is relentlessly positive in spite of a hard personal history. She makes up songs on the fly.
Totally.
And she always sees the good in people. And I guess that's kind of something I would aspire to myself as a teacher, all of those things, even the making up songs. So there we go.
Love it.
Nice,
Very
Dave.
nice. Very nice.
Little rendition of Smelly Cat or no?
I mean, I could. I got a guitar on my wall over it. No, I won't do that.
Post recording
Yeah.
sing along.
Outro.
Yes, Smelly Cat as an outro would be fantastic. Last pick in the last round, Lynn.
All right. So with the 7th pick in the teacher round, Genesis Christian School selects Gabe Kaplan, who played Mr. Cotter in Welcome Back, Cotter. Does anybody know that show?
Oh, yeah. That was on my list.
All
That was
right,
literally
so-
my number 2.
Okay, so we're sticking with the New York theme, and he's set in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, so a tough part of New York. And I watched it as a kid. My dad was actually a public school educator, and he loved that show. And he started out as a remedial teacher, just like Mr. Cotter did. So actually, like a lot of the stories, my dad was like, "Yeah, we did that. That happened also." But what I love about it is it's tying in the city neighborhoods and the subway and Bensonhurst and all of that. But really, the kids on the show, the principal is expecting them to just drop out, and he wants Cotter to basically babysit. And the principal even calls the other students the real students. So he doesn't even dignify the students in Cotter's class as being students, but Cotter doesn't do that because he was a remedial student and now he's a teacher, so he's been in their shoes. And so that's that like welcome back part. And it's kind of like a stand and deliver kind of story, back to Jaime Escalante, what you're talking about. But really what I love about it is that Mr. Cotter develops those relationships with students, and relationships are everything. Learning is entirely mediated through the relationship with the teacher. And everyone on their show really brought their whole self to the classroom. You saw that, John Travolta was Vinnie Barbarino and all that. Like everything that they brought to the classroom. Nothing was off limits. And Mr. Cotter really understood that learning happens through relationships and also to never write anyone off. And I think that's what I would hope for my teachers.
Preach.
Beautiful.
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 That is a wonderful way to close out the draft, I knew that when I invited you all to join, and you guys, well, I haven't done, a lot of research. I knew that would be you would undersell yourselves, because definitely you guys brought it tonight. So thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. What we're going to do is just quickly recap our schools, and also just have everyone maybe just give a quick way in which people could reach out to you if they wish. Most likely it's probably a school developer looking to probably develop the school that you've just created tonight. So that they're going to need someone to reach out to for that.
That's right.
And so we'll go through them quickly. So Darren, you want to start us off? Just give us a rundown of your school.
Sure. First of all, if you want to get connected with me and you're on Twitter, you can look me up at dspeaksma, at DSPYKSMA, or you can find me www.sesbc.ca. That's the organization I work for. You can find my email and my mobile number there. My school, the winning school, is U2 Christian School, with a motto of "I still haven't found what I'm looking for." School sports team of the Kraken, and the framework is the Network of Inquiry and Indigenous Education. The building type is trailers or tiny houses with fold-out covered patios. I didn't add earlier.
Oh, wow.
Our transportation is e-bikes. Our leadership team is the Midwives of Exodus, Shipra and Pua. And the teacher is Fred Rogers.
Wow. Yeah, there's snapping going on. Thank you, Darren. Second to pick, Justin.
Feeling pretty proud of my school here. Justin Cook, work with Advance, justin.cook at advance.ca. Advance with an E. I think you're going to be pretty proud of Journey Christian School, where we just don't stop believing. Our mascot is UP with the Canadians. Our learning framework is Adventures. Our building is Shuri's Lab from Wakanda. Our transportation is Eagles. You can't beat that. Melchizedek is our principal. Can't even speak anymore. Edward James Olmos, actor Edward James Olmos is our teacher. Welcome to Journey Christian School.
Wonderful. Round three, pick three was Krista.
All right. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can just email me directly. Krista Adams Wallace, all one word, spelled with a K, Krista Adams Wallace at gmail.com. So my school is a disruptor school. So if you're looking to create or turn your school into a disruptor school, please, I would love to hear from you. But REM, Christian School, motto, losing my religion. Our sports team is the Avalanche, because watch out, right? Here we come. Our framework is expeditionary learning, or EL education. We have a wilderness port with sailboats to go exploring. And Balaam's donkey is our principal. And Ted Lasso is our lead teacher. So come visit us.
Just love that imagery of Ted Lasso pumping up the donkey, right? You got this.
On the boat.
On the boat.
On the sailboat.
Yeah. All right. Pick 5 was Eric.
It's totally not fair to follow Krista.
Yeah.
So supposedly, if you don't know me and want to get in touch with me, just ask somebody else.
That's right. Everybody knows him. Come on.
So my school, AHA Academy, motto is "Love is the Reason," with Staley the Bear as the mascot. Unschooling is the framework, and we do operate out of base camp structures with our Bumblebee the Transformer as transportation. And our principal is Joshua Beam, the Hackmanite of the chief of David's Mighty Warriors, and our teacher is Bear Grylls.
Just like we imagined. Dave, you're next. I saw you getting the guitar ready, so I'm going to be coming to you at the end of this. So, Dave, you're up next. Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Okay, so if you want to get in touch with me, I'm on Twitter at D_Mulder, D_MULDER. I'm on Instagram at Dr. Dave Mulder. And I just started a newsletter, so if you're interested, you can sign up. And it's drdave.substack.com. So drDave.substack.com. We'd love to have you follow along. My school is Simple Minds Christian School, and our motto is "Don't you forget about me." The angels are our mascot. Our framework for teaching is teaching for transformation. We are located in a repurposed missile silo that you can reach via monorail. Our principal is the prophet Ezekiel, and our lead teacher is Phoebe from Friends, who's singing "Smelly Cat" as the kids come in the building.
Yeah, baby.
Love it. Lynn, pick
Yeah,
6.
so if you'd like to get a hold of me, you can find me on Twitter at LynnSwanner1. That's LYNNSWANER1, 1N, not 2. You can also find me and message me on LinkedIn. And the name of my school is Genesis Christian School, which compared to all of the other schools on this podcast makes New York City seem like a normal, sane place that actually makes sense, which I didn't think was humanly possible. So Genesis Christian School, our school song is "Follow You, Follow Me." Our school team is the New York Giants, which has no mascot, mercifully. Our CDL framework is service learning. The school buildings, the city neighborhood. Our mode of transportation is the subway. Jethro is our Bible character, who's the principal, and our teacher is Gabe Kaplan, who played Mr. Cotter in Welcome Back, Cotter.
Beautiful. And finally, my name is Jeremy Horlings. I work for Prairie Center for Christian Educations. You can reach me at jhorlings@pcce.ca on my email, or jthorlings on Twitter. You can also just message every square centimeter. We'll definitely, we'd love to hear from you there. My school is Eurythmics Christian School. Thanks, Justin. I think he's pretty proud of me. He's beaming. Our
He's
school,
dying.
Our school name is "Sweet Dreams Are Made of This." We are the Trailblazers. Blaze the Trail Cat is our mascot. We are using the What If Learning framework from David Smith. We have a bus depot, very inspiring sounding building, but that's because we live on buses. We're going to use buses or transportation, with Moses hanging out at the bus depot, just making sure he's taking care of stuff, dealing with any burning bushes. And then I was Miss Frizzled all night long because I couldn't say my own school name. And so Miss Frizzle is my teacher. And to close us off, please, we would love listeners for you to tell us whether you like this or whether just what this was. Just tell us what this was. That would be even just
Was
wonderful.
this anything?
This was Schooled, the podcast. And to close us off, we have Dave that has just picked up a guitar, and we
literally
grabbed it right now and give us some Smelly Cat. So
I don't know. Y'all got to sing along. And my guitar's super out of tune because this is what I never play. But let's see. I got to remember. Oh yeah, I've got it. Okay. Smelly cat, smelly cat, smelly cat. What are they feeding you? Smelly cat. It's not your fault.
Stay encouraged, educators.
Woo! Awesome, Dave.